Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of On the Couch with Cam. Today we have a very special guest with us. He's a TikTok sensation and he's definitely taking the social media space by storm, and definitely somebody you should be following. So on the couch today we have Sir Zungu. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Zungu, let's just start off with the basics. We all know you as Sir Zungu. So should we not know you as the name behind Sir Zungu?
Yeah, sure. So Sir Zungu is actually the brand, but behind the brand, I go by the name of Wandile Zungu. That is who I am.
So tell us a little bit more about Wandile Zungu and who you are.
Right, so Wandile Zungu is a simple gent who grew up she's in various places, but I studied in the Ekopo, some will call it Ekopo, and then I later went on to working in Pietermaritzburg, Durban, and found myself here in Richards Bay. Okay,
so you are now in the TikTok space and definitely taking up space in the TikTok space, and your followers are almost 60,000, I'm correct?
That's correct.
What do you attribute to your success in that space? What is the reason for it?
Okay, so if you told me that this is where we would be like a couple of months ago, I would have never believed you. So yeah, it's also I'm also just surprised at how quickly we've grown in just a short space of time. So we do what we do, and the people have been receptive, and we are so grateful. So how do we do it? So it's just basically an idea that I had to share my love of music with the people. And the people were really receptive, and I mean, you know, on average, we getting like 10,000 or so followers per month, which is it's insane. But yeah, man, we take it gracefully and we appreciate it. So yeah.
So you've been doing this for about how long?
Precisely about 7 months now, eh?
Okay, so before we get into it, just tell us who Wandile was before this journey.
Absolutely. So I've been in the automotive industry for about 15 years, so working as a sales executive, but last 4 years I then became a manager. So music was always at the heart of everything I do, but I've always been in the automotive sector in the last, call it 15 years or so.
So you say music has always been at the forefront of everything you do, so I would say that your upbringing, obviously how you grew up, has shaped your musical journey.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Okay, so what role did music play in your life growing up?
There's something about music that takes us to a particular space or time. Those are basically our core memories. I think everyone can actually relate when it comes to music. And for me particularly, it is the music that I play mostly is the music that I grew up with. I mean, I would listen to my mom play all these olden goldies, and I couldn't relate to them growing up, but obviously as you grow up, they then take you back, and you're like, no man, this reminds me at a particular space and time, and I think I've just taken that and shared it with my audience, which is ever so growing, and yeah.
So you would say that your mother inspired you to become a DJ?
Yeah, a lot. She may not have realized that she was doing that, but yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so we've established that your mother was basically the foundation of your love for music. But what keeps you motivated and keeps you pushing the boundaries of your music?
Whatever I get into, I make sure that I give it 110%, and this is exactly it. So I wanted to play exactly what the people wanted to hear. And if you're wondering what kind of genre I play, it's mostly a soulful R&B, but amongst other genres as well. But I think a lot of it also was inspired by, you know, listening to radio, especially like Metro FM on a Sunday afternoon. I've realized that it's become so commercialized that we no longer have that essence of the golden sort of music that we wanted. So I think that's the space that TikTok has allowed us to obviously penetrate as well. And I mean, who doesn't have a cell phone nowadays? It's so much easier for you to just get onto the app, and then you tune into us. So thankfully that's TikTok has given us that platform now where we can create our own space, and we don't have to knock on doors in order to announce ourselves and who we are and what we do.
So then you would say your followers keep you motivated?
Absolutely, no doubt.
Your R&B sets are always on point. What is the driving force that curates those songs, that helps you put them together? And how do you keep those vibes, and how do you keep your sets intimate and personal at the same time?
I would say, firstly, it is the interaction I have with my audience. I always refer to them as family and not so much as the audience or fans or whatever the case is. So sort of like a family sort of a bond with them, and I try and include them in everything and anything I do. So with that said, we've got a tendency of, not a tendency, but we've got a space where it's a part of the show where we then involve them and we say, guys, what songs would you like to hear? And then they come on and then they tell us, hey, listen, please play such and such a song for me, and we call that part of the show the playlist takeover. So yeah, in that way you get them involved, and also I get to hear about new songs as well. So I think that's one of the things that not just includes them but also sets us apart in the fact that we keep it sort of family orientated. And yeah,
so it's not a show, it's basically a family meeting.
It's a family meeting. Yeah, they've called it different things. Some have actually said it gives them a sense that it's almost like a concert. So I don't know, they call it different things. So
and from those that I've watched, people also have referred to it as therapy.
Yeah, so the name of the show is called the Therapeutic Soul Sounds, and I'd like to believe we do exactly that, where people just, after a long day's work, they get to sit, tune in for the 2 hours or 3 hours, and it's just therapy for your ears, because your ears deserve VIP treatment.
And that should be the title of this. Your ears deserve VIP treatment. I think I'm going to call this session On the Couch with Cam, because your ears deserve therapy treatment. Therapeutic Sounds is something you call your show. And it comes up in a lot of your content, not only just your show on TikTok, but also your YouTube videos. You see it a lot. What's the story behind it? How did that name come to be, and how does music serve as therapy?
In the beginning, I was just sharing my playlist with everyone else, but I did not know what to call the show. I think I was just brainstorming with a couple of ideas, but I'm like, this is actually quite therapeutic, so this best fits it. So yeah, I can't even remember what the options of names I had, but this was the one I think was best befitting. So yeah, that's a good question.
So you were brainstorming and then you came up with this name.
Yeah, therapeutic soul
sounds. And then
sounds.
How does music serve as therapy for you? For you, not for your people, for you.
For me, I think it's sort of like an escape moment, whether you're having issues or whatever the case is, but in that time frame, you forget about everything else, and it's just you going back to your core memories, and depending on the type of songs that you're playing, it's just a moment of relaxing, and it's also cheaper than therapy,
You've got a strong following on TikTok, as we've established. But now I want to know, what's the most memorable comments that you've received on TikTok on one of your videos that from a fan? Because we all know you have fans. We've seen it on your page.
Yeah. So to single one out will be a bit hard at this point in time. But I always get told that, number one, I've got a radio voice. Secondly, I remind them of the late 80s only from Metro FM.
I can see that.
So I think for me that's a big deal, and I always appreciate such comments. Oh, and there was also another comment where the lady says, "Hey Sir Zungu, we listened to your show to a point that 2 of my daughters have actually gotten downloaded TikTok, so they can actually stop watching from my phone and watch from there." So those are all awesome comments, so awesome feedback to get,
So your mixes are often featured a little bit of old school. And when we say old school, like really old school, your Lionel Richie, your Commodores. And it's also then featured a little bit of new school or newer music, new hits. How do you strike that balance? And are there any underrated artists that you're absolutely loving at the moment?
It's important to be diverse, in the music that you play. So I think to capture the new and the older audience, I do exactly that, where I will play some of your older songs right up till the 70s, 80s, and we bring it right up to the early 2000s and so forth. but you'll actually be surprised. The newer generation actually know our songs, and they can actually relate. I've got 3 shows in a week, which is Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays. So Tuesday, I'll probably play your little bit newer songs like your early 2000s, etc. But yeah, Sundays and Thursday we cater for the older markets. But as I said, for me, surprisingly, I get a perfect balance of all the entire audience, young and older.
What's the one thing you would want your fans to know about you?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything.
So you're quite an open book.
Yeah, I think we discuss anything and everything. So yeah, I think they know quite a bit. I don't know if there's anything I'd like them to know.
Because of your open nature, it naturally then makes them be open on your show.
Absolutely, yeah. So I've always told them as well that the whole idea is for us to create a safe space for them to talk to us, and they do. I mean, we've heard stories of people, being in hospital, listening to us from hospital, going through the most. We've had people that are going through divorces. Some will be. You get all sorts of different stories, whether it's good or bad. Some even engaged. But we've created such a platform where the people actually feel comfortable to share their stories with us, and without having to feel that essence of judgment or anything of that nature.
If your life had a soundtrack, what song would it be?
Sure, all we do is win. We win.
I love it. We will keep Mpilo's laugh in the middle of the answer. Okay, so is there anything big that we should know, that we want to know on the couch with Cam would like to know? Is there anything big that we should be looking for with Sir Zungu as the brand that you're going to do in the next few months?
My people know we hoping to grow, and the first place we need to grow on TikTok. I'm looking to double my followers within the next 6 months. That's the first thing. And then also they have asked that we make live appearances. So I think this year we'll have a lot of those where we are trying to at least reach each and every province, so that we get to meet the people, we get to meet our supporters, and we get to engage with them live.
So people, if they're looking for Sir Zungu, we would find you on which platforms?
So at the moment I am on TikTok as well as YouTube.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm trying to broaden into other social platforms, but I think at the moment those are the 2 that make sense for me.
And our final question would be, if there was somebody or anybody who's watching this or watched you on TikTok and they would like to get into this space, what is the thing you would tell them to do, or any words of motivation that you would give them?
I'd say start. Use what you have, where you are, but get started. Don't procrastinate. If you've thought about it, start. I started off with the DJ controller, which belonged to a friend, and 1 speaker. I did not have a microphone. I did not have a whole lot of things that I do have now. But if you've thought about it, get started.
And that's a wrap. Thank you for watching On the Couch with Cam, and catch you on the flip side.